Today my adventure begins right here on the backside of the Fort Fisher Ferry as we make our way over to Southport today. Come back here to say hello to these seagulls. You can tell the seagulls really love hanging out at the backside of the ferry. If you can just see, that is a lot of defecation that has been taking place right back here. Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Today's plan, go over to Southport. My wife's going to do a little bit of shopping. You and I are going to walk around, look at some of the storefronts, and then from there we're going to make our way over to Oak Island to a little place called Bob's Hot Dogs, which I've been to Bob's. It's been about 6 or 7 years since I've been to Bob's Hot Dogs. We're going to go over there, try out some of their hot dogs, see if they're as good as I remember. And then if they are good, when you're leaving Bob's, you like to ring the bell and then let everybody know in the restaurant that you enjoyed your hot dogs. It's pretty cool. So that is what we got on tap. So right now we're just going to enjoy our little ferry ride here on the Cape Fear River. Should be a lot of fun. Very windy today. You got to hold on tight out here. As we ride along the ferry, we look over towards Zeke's Island off into the distance. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's quite a bit of people. It's so windy today. There's some guys over there on those parasail boards riding. There's about 3 or 4 of them right here in front of us. And then there was about 2 more back closer to the shoreline. I don't know if you guys can see. I know zooming on this thing is not as good as my old camera, but it's a great day. It's a lot of wind. I know they're really getting a lot of speed out there on those parasail boards. All right, now I made my way upstairs, and as you can see right there is the Southport ferry headed to Fort Fisher. Cruising along there. Man, it is really windy out here today, I'm telling you. But that has not slowed down the seagulls following us. Look at all that seagulls back there. That is a real flock of seagulls. You know, not like the rock band flock of seagulls, but a real flock of seagulls. All right, now I've made my way onto the inside of the ferry. It is so windy out there. Right there's a good picture of the old Baldy Lighthouse over on Ballhead Island. And right here is the Oak Island Lighthouse, formerly known as the Caswell Beach Lighthouse. We've been to that one quite a few times here on the channel. And this is something I like to do on days it's like the weather's not the greatest out there, where it's like super windy like it is. You can actually come here and just have you a seat and look out the window and just enjoy the scenery from the inside climate control innards of the Fort Fisher Southport Ferry. So right here is a map of North Carolina. Right here's Carolina Beach. As you can see right down here is Carolina Beach. We boarded the ferry and we're actually just going right across the Cape Fear River to Southport, which this here is a map of Southport. So we will actually unload, make our way over here, do a little walk around in the downtown area, and then we're going to drive over here to, where is it at? Right there, 133. Right here's where we come on to Oak Island. And right here in this area is where Bob's Hot Dogs is. So this is our goal today, is to make it in this vicinity. And where we go from there, who knows? But definitely want to go to Bob's. And we made it to Southport. And we brought all the pollen with us. Look at that hood. Look at all the motorcycles over here. All right, and I have made it to the city of Southport now. Right here is the city pier. And I'm telling you something, friends, this wind is brutal. It is showing no mercy to anyone. And not here on this pier here, as you can see, there's some guys doing a spot of fishing today. I'm telling you, the fish in wind like this is pretty dedicated. I mean, they got their hoodies on. There's only about 3 people, maybe 4 people out there fishing today. Normally on a pretty day like this when it's really clear, but it's not windy, there'd be a lot more people out there fishing. Because, I mean, the air temp is not terrible. It's like in the low 70s. But man, this wind is just crazy. Let's make our way up here to the street front, get out of this wind a little bit, hopefully, and see what we can get into. And as I walk, well, I just wanted to show you real quick. Right here's the North Carolina Maritime Museum here at Southport. And that is a really cool place to go visit if you're ever in town. Unfortunately for me, I cannot take you inside because they do not allow filming on the inside of the Maritime Museum. But that's okay, because I can show you all this other stuff here in the town of Southport. This is such a beautiful little city, little seaside community. I like it a lot. So I have noticed right here next to the Ocean Outfitters, which is a very popular location to do a little bit of shopping. This storefront right here is still abandoned after all this time. I mean, for several years now, this place has been abandoned. No one has really done anything with it. And that is such a shame because this is a great location. There's a lot of foot traffic here in downtown Southport, right here in this area. So now I've made my way over here to Royal James Rummery. Now, I've never even really paid attention to the rummery, but check this out. They have something called turkey burnt-ends. And I've never tried turkey burnt-ends. I've had, like, you know, at barbecue locations, you know, you can get burnt-ends from like in the pork variety, but I've never tried turkey burnt-ends. Unfortunately, there will be no eating for me today since we are headed, when we finish up here, over to Oak Island. And going to grab us some Bob's hot dogs. So I have to pass today on the turkey burnt-ends. And the next location I'm at right now, I'm on the corner of Howell Street and Moore Street. And this is called Bullfrog Corner, old-fashioned candy and gift shop. Now, I heard a little rumor not too long ago that maybe some new owners owns this place or whatnot. But I just wanted to come by just to see if it was still open or what's going on. It does seem to still be open. I did see right here that they're closed. Winter hours are Monday through Sunday from 11 to 4. So I'm here just past 4 o'clock. So they're actually closed today, but it is good to see that they are open. I don't know if it's really happened or not, if anybody bought this and it's got new ownership or not, just a little rumor. But nonetheless, everything looks the same. Looks like they still got all the cool stuff inside. And we've been in here before, but I did want to stop by while I'm here in Southport and just check out, just to make sure that one of my favorite stores here in the community is still open and doing well, and that seems to be the case. And as I'm walking across Howell Street, you can see the Southport Water Tower there in the distance. That tower has been shown in several movies. One comes to mind, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've done some filming locations here in town before and showed some of the more popular scenes from I Know What You Did Last Summer. Really good movie. And right here, the only reason I came over here is I always got to stop by and just say hello to the Christmas house. That's right, year-round Christmas goodness right here in Southport. Check out the candy canes on the sides of the windows, on the shutters. I mean, you know, what says spring like a big old Christmas house like this? Ain't that so cool? So right out here in front of the Christmas house, they do have a banner up here. It says 68 flavors of saltwater taffy. That is pretty awesome. This is the front of the house. As you can see, they are in full swing of Easter celebration. We got some Easter signage out here, some eggs, some nice little ribbon bows along the front picket fence here. Very nice. Ooh, check out the Easter bunny. Look at his ears over here, hiding in the grass, in the bushes, right here along with this cute little frog, telling you welcome. Come on in. We got some saltwater taffy to sell you inside. So right across the road from the Christmas house is another really good shop that my wife will go and she will spend quite a bit of time in, and that is the Southport Market. So they have a lot of good stuff in there. We're going to duck inside real quick and look at some of their clothing, maybe some jackets and things like that. I'm sure people today is thinking, I would like to have a jacket, you know, a windbreaker maybe, to kind of break some of this cool wind out here on the waterfront. You know, I love toys and stuff just as much as the next person, but there's something about these type of animals that just kind of freak me out. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a cat or if it's a dog. It's just a little creepy because they look so real, but I know they're not. They're fake. So this is very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before. It says Dr. Nose on it. Soft and chewy bone and joint. CBD dog treats. All natural relief for arthritis. So if you have a dog and he has a little bit of issues, there you go. You can get that right there, and that might soothe him a little bit. I guess the CBD in it is what makes the difference. So this clothing line right here is really cool looking. Check this out. It's called Pimp Shrimp Clothing Company. And I don't know if you can see that shrimp right there. Maybe I can show it to him. Check him out. He totally has sunglasses on and maybe a smoke in his mouth. He is a pimp. And it's not just hats, shirts, tons of shirts, all different kinds of designs. I think that's the first time I've ever seen the pimp shrimp before. And right here is their rain jackets they have here. They have the HH brand. Right there you go. My wife actually has one of these coats that she bought at Disney World. Now hers is a little bit more heavy, but these are probably just perfect for a day like today when you're down here battling the winds off of this cool waterfront. And yeah, the HH jackets are really nice. And this is one of the few places I know here in Southport or Wilmington where you can just come in and just get these. That's kind of a hard brand to find. So I like it that they have drinks in a bottle here. They have some Dr. Pepper, some Knee-High, right there, some good old RC Cola. That is very Southern. And then right up here is a Southern tradition you don't see all that often anymore. They actually have the Stuckey's brand of the famous Hunky Dory caramel popcorn pecan almonds mixture. And then right over here we got some maple. This is toasted pecans, looking really good. And right there is the legendary Stuckey's pecan roll. And they also have moon pie stuff in here. Check out this hat right there. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? It's a Southern thing. You got an RC Cola and a moon pie. You can't go wrong. And speaking of moon pie stuff, right there's a moon pie t-shirt. They even have some moon pie coffee right here. We got a vanilla and a chocolate version of that. Got some coffee cups. Ooh, I love these right here. This here is the blueberry moon pies. Now this is a very miniature small version of it. Like when, I think last time I was up in the Pigeon Forge area, I went to the Moon Pie General Store and got like a full size one of these bad boys, and it was very, very tasty. Really good. They also have the classic chocolate, and then right over here is the salted caramel. So have some options here and even some chapstick. All right, so I'm over here on South House Street right now. And I just noticed there used to be a hot dog shop right back here that I would frequently go to from time to time. Years ago, it was a trolley stop hot dog, and then they changed the name, and it was just like the hot dog shop. And it's gone now. It's actually a winery now. So we was talking about hot dogs today. We are going to go get our hot dogs today as we move forward. But it's kind of sad that Southport's little hot dog shop is no longer here. Okay, so right here is the corner of West Bay Street and South Lord Street. You can see we're right here on this very blustery waterfront area. But I want to show you this house right here. Check out the roof. It's like they love their tree so much, they decided just to kind of build their roof around it. Look at that. The tree is growing up and they've just kind of cut away the front of the house. The roof kind of goes around the tree. I think that is pretty awesome. But that brings me to another little segue into another tree here in town that is very beloved also. And it's called the Indian Trail Tree. It's about an 800-year-old tree. And it's right up here in this little park that a lot of people kind of miss, I think. They don't, when you come to Southport, you don't always remember there's this little park right over there, because most people when they come to town, be honest with you, I'm guilty of it too, is you go up here to the waterfront, you get you a coffee, and you just sit back in those swings and watch the boats go by as they come in from the Atlantic and they move up the Cape Fear River into Wilmington, container ships, etc. It's kind of what you do down here. There's nothing wrong with that, but still, make sure I show you this awesome Indian Trail tree, 800 years old. All right, I made my way up here to this cute little park area. And this right here is the Indian Trail tree, which is believed to be over 800 years old. You see they have done a little bit of trimming on it. Some of the branches have been kind of pruned a little bit, I guess you could say. but they do have a fence around it where you cannot get on it. People can't vandalize it in any way, which I'm very happy upon that, because there is some rude people in this world, and they will vandalize something, especially old things. I don't know why that is, but I'm glad they have found a way to preserve the Indian Trail tree. So if you're ever in town, you want to take some cool little photos, this is a great spot. Got a neat little gazebo over there. We got some picnic tables out here. You could come over here and enjoy a coffee just as well right here. But when I first seen this tree, just mainly because of how knotty it is. I mean, it looks old, kind of decrepit looking, you know, especially this little indention right here, this little cave, like little pouch area, kind of reminded me of the movie Sleepy Hollow that come out back around about 1999 or 2000, starring Johnny Depp. And when the Headless Horseman in that movie birthed out of the Tree of the Dead, or whatever they called it, it kind of reminded me of that. I don't know why, but when I see that, that's kind of what I think about, is the Headless Horseman coming out of that thing. So that was such a good movie back in there. I really enjoyed that a lot. And another cool thing about the old Indian tree is it is literally right across the street from this house. And if you was ever a fan of the show Matlock on TV, starring Andy Griffith, this here was the house that Matlock in the TV show, this is where he lived. This was actually the screen used exterior of Matlock's house in that TV show. Now, I don't think they really probably did any filming on the inside of it that I know of, but I do know the exterior shots when they was like going to Matlock's house for any reason. That's it, right here in Southport, the Matlock house. So this sign says it best, I am ready to go. I am street says so. I just read it to you. I am street. Never known this was called I am street right here, that takes you straight up to Moore Street here in Southport. So really interesting name of a street, I am. And I am ready to go because this wind is just intensifying. This wind is evil today. It really is. It is absolutely brutal out here. And that poor flag up there, that US flag, is really whipping. I'm thinking when this day's over, that flag might have a few little stretch marks, maybe some splits in it, because that is just some serious blowing going on right there. Got you a nice little sunburst happening. Yeah, all that being said, I think it is very much time to go to Oak Island and get our hot dogs. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, we made our way over here to Oak Island now, and on our way to Bob's Hot Dogs. All right, my friends, we have made it here to Bob's Dogs here at Oak Island, North Carolina. We're going to go inside and look at the menu and check it out, check out the inside. And I definitely want to show you the bell that you got to ring before we leave Bob's Hot Dogs. If you like the hot dogs, you're supposed to ring the bell just inside this door. So let's go ahead and head inside, get our order, and then we're going to chow down on some good hot dogs today. All right, my friends, here is our Bob's Hot Dogs. Let's reach in here and grab our dogs out, see what we got first. So this first hot dog is the parrot dog. And very interesting. So this is their hot dogs right here. Looks very nice, beefy hot dog. But all the toppings are on the bottom side of this hot dog. So this here is called, from what I can tell, this here is called the parrot dog. So this is mustard and Jamaican relish. Now you can choose Jamaican relish, or you can choose kraut or sweet relish. But I thought Jamaican relish, I don't think I've ever tried Jamaican relish before. A little bit more exotic. We're just gonna go for it and see how Jamaican relish tastes on a hot dog. So here we go. All right, so there is my bite I just took out of the parrot dog. And I gotta say, I like this a lot, man. That Jamaican relish is really good. It's sweet, but it's got a little bit of zing to it, a little bit of spice, just enough. Nothing like super spicy. It's not really hot or anything, but but it does have just a little spiciness to it, along with the sweet. I think it makes it for a very balanced dog, and I like this one a lot. Dig into our bag of goodness. All right, and this right here is the Gator Dog. As you can see, the pickle. So the Gator Dog consists of mustard, mayo, shredded cheddar, and a dill pickle. As you can see, the dill pickle is pretty much the length of the hot dog, pretty much right there. So we got some cheddar cheese on here, so we're ready to dig into this Gator Dog and see if it, hopefully it don't bite us back. Okay, and there is my bite out of this Gator Dog. So far, the Gator Dog's pretty good. I like the pickle. It is got a little sour to it, as a dill pickle normally does. But so far out of the two, I think the Parrot Dog is my favorite. But we have saved the best for last. That is the Oak Island Dog. All right, here is the final dog. Like I said, I saved the best for last, in my opinion. Just thinking about it, because you guys know how much I like slaw, chili, mustard, onions. And that is what this is. This is more of a classic traditional hot dog for me. This is called the Oak Island Dog. This is mustard, house slaw, chili, and onions. You can't go wrong with like a Carolina style dog. So let's dig into this. I will say this, the slaw is very chunky. It's not super fine or anything, but I don't think that's going to hurt it, because this smells awesome. Let's dig in. That right there is what I'm talking about. That is so good. This here, the Oak Island Dog, that right there is what it's all about. I love that. That is so delicious. You know, sometimes it's the simple things that means the most. The chili here is really good. It is right up my alley. And that is what is making all this work so well. I mean, the dogs are good, but man, that chili, oh, very, very nicely done. All right, that is the hot dogs that I tried today. I think all three hot dogs were really, really good, but for me, the Oak Island Dog was definitely the best. I give it 2 thumbs up. That chili rocked, man. It really went well with their house-made slaw and all that good stuff. So it was really, really good. I think the next one, the Parrot Dog, I like that Jamaican relish pretty good. And then last but not least, by no means, was the Gator Dog with the dill pickle on the top of it. It was good too. Would I order that again? Probably not. There's some different ones in there that I would probably like to try in the future. But really and truthfully, if it's me and I just want a good hot dog, I'd come here and just order like 3 of the Oak Island Dogs, and I would be totally, totally happy and satisfied. That being said, we ate our dogs. There's only one thing left to do now. We got to go back inside and ring that bell and let these people know that we thought their dogs were great. So let's get inside and do that. All right, and after you eat here at Bob's Hot Dogs, even if you do like me, you eat outside, you should ring the bell if you like the food. That is exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today from Bob's Hot Dogs. I gotta say, the hot dogs were fantastic, and I really enjoyed them. That's why I had to ring the bell. That's so much fun. I think that's such a cool little thing that they do here at Bob's Dogs that you don't do in other restaurants, is ring the bell to let everybody know in the back who works hard to make your hot dogs that you enjoyed them. They was delicious. All right, my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti. I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon.